All right, hello and welcome everybody. We have the NACE finals today. We have a great matchup for you. University of New Haven versus Wittenberg University. My name is Lucas McCartney, and I will be your caster for today. I may be joined briefly by Elmer, but for now, we're going to be hopping right into the game, starting with a quick demo from Wittenberg onto one of the New Haven squad members, following Winsey as he brings the ball upfield, but it does get cleared back to the New Haven side. RA taking a shot towards the goal, but Oryx there to take it clear. Pumpkin Lad there to receive it and keep the ball on the Wittenberg half. Touches the ball out, Oryx up for it, takes a shot, but stopped by Wittenberg. Ball going up towards the midfield area as we follow Oryx getting to boost. Pumpkin Lad with the save. Oryx with the nice receive and touch there with a ground pinch to push the ball back upfield. We have Wittenberg coming up into the air with some bumping going on from Oryx. And Pumpkin Lad there once again for the defensive play. Oryx touching the ball up with Pumpkin Lad taking the ball for a nice dribble. A nice dribble past two defenders. An open net. And there it is. Pumpkin Lad takes the first goal of the match. All right. A phenomenal dribble play past two defenders just to dribble it right into the net there. A fantastic opening goal for Pumpkin Lad and for the New Haven squad in our best of 7 match today. Pumpkin Lad taking the kickoff. Winsey going for a bump, but looks like they missed. Oryx gets a nice touch. Winsey trying to follow up, but stopped by the Wittenberg fellas. All right. We have the ball coming back field. Oryx there. Take a touch on it. Make sure it stays towards the midfield section. Pumpkin Lad looping around. Getting a bump on the Wittenberg guys to stop a good clearing attempt from the Wittenberg University fellows. Oryx taking the ball up the wall. And, put off the backboard by CC Murr from Wittenberg. All right, ball looping around off the backboard. Winsey gets a touch on it and going for a ground pinch, but it didn't look like it really worked out the way they wanted it to. But a great clear intercepted by the Wittenberg team. Pumpkin Lad getting a nice little touch, kind of battling back and forth with the ball here against Wittenberg. And a nice goal, a nice goalie block from Wittenberg. All right, apologies for the stuttering. Winsey takes a shot at the net, but it doesn't quite make it in. Oryx there to defend. All right, taking the ball off the backboard. And headed still New Haven on the offensive half. And ball coming up across the midfield. Pumpkin Lad gets a touch to put it off the backboard, and Winsey is there to clear it away. Oryx goes up, going to catch it right on this corner here. And take a shot. Winsey gets a nice shot, hits off their backboard. And CC Murr is there to stop the double touch attempt off the backboard. All right. We have Oryx looping around, just standing still for the goal defense there. A couple of back-to-back shots from Wittenberg, stopped by New Haven's defensive line. A great bump from Winsey, but no one is there to follow up and take advantage of the open net there. Off the back wall, but Wittenberg gets to the defense. Doesn't manage to clear it though, or gives Oryx a great shot, but it is ultimately stopped by Wittenberg's team. Again, off the back wall, looks like Wittenberg able to regroup, but the offensive pressure is phenomenal, and Pumpkin Lad there able to put it away. If we can see what happened here, a great touch off the backboard. Pumpkin Lad goes up for it, and a demo from Winsey clears it away for New Haven to take the goal. Up 2-0 in our first game of this best of 7. All right, Pumpkin Lad gets a touch, but CC Murr is there to stop it. Oryx gets a nice leap in through, lunging upfield. Pumpkin Lad puts it off the back wall, but no one's there in the center to take the shot on net. All right. Bouncing around up here. Wittenberg on the offensive for the first time this round. Oryx taking the ball up. but is stopped by Wittenberg's team. A couple of shots and goal and saves there, and Ion is there able to put it away. See if we can get a better look at this. The ball's put up. CC Mur touches it, and Ion gets the touch off of the back of Oryx, right into the net. All right. Up next, we have Winsy with the kickoff. And an unfortunate kickoff for New Haven. Unfortunately for them, Wittenberg's kickoff attempt was not quite on net, and they managed to convert it into another goal. 3-1 here in our first game. Yeah, a great shot. Almost a team pinch, but not quite there. All right, we have Pumpkin Lad on the kickoff. Where is he going? He's going to take the kickoff a good 50. Oh, and he manages to keep it on the half and not let the clear happen. All right. Oryx takes the ball up into the air with a nice little air dribble off the back wall where RA is there to get the touch and soften that backboard attempt. All right, rotating back around. New Haven up by 2 points. Oh, but CC Mur takes another goal with 7 seconds left on the clock. If Wittenberg can get another point in these remaining 7 seconds, then we will be headed into overtime. All right. We are going to probably see Winsy here on the kickoff. And a good kickoff for Wittenberg. Gets it over the defender, but it is cleared out by New Haven. If the ball can hit the ground, then New Haven will be taking the first point. Yep, and Pumpkin Lad up to kill the ball. And the first round will be going to New Haven. We saw some very well-designed plays there. A lot of New Haven's signature passing plays that we've been seeing that they've been very successful with. Last week we saw a lot of New Haven playing very aggressively with bumps and demos, but we're seeing a little bit less of that here, where we were seeing it last week. And we'll see if we can sustain it in the long run for New Haven into our second game. All right, coming into game 2, we have Oryx on the kickoff. And a good kickoff, touched by CC Mur, gets the ball in neutral territory. Winsy up, puts it off that back wall, but RA is there to intercept it. Pumpkin Lad there to keep the ball on Wittenberg's half. Winsy getting a touch, keeping the ball mostly in the aggressive sector, but the ball is rotating back towards New Haven's side. A great aerial shot off the backboard, and CC Mur gets the touch and gets it in. It's 30 seconds into the first round, and we've got a phenomenal aerial double touch goal. Up off the back wall and straight in. New Haven's defense just a little bit too slow to catch up with it. All right. A good kickoff for Oryx, putting the ball in a great spot, but Wittenberg is there to stop it. Winsy being the only player back on defense right now, with Oryx rotating back. Another shot off the backboard goes right in by CC Mur. They seem to be on it today. Off the backboard from Ion, CC Mur there for the follow-up, and puts it away for 2 goals in the first 40 seconds of the match. All right, Winsy on the kickoff with New Haven squad following around. Pumpkin Lad getting the first touch off the wall. And CC Mur up again, but Winsy saying, hey, we're not going to let you go and air dribble that one right in this time. But Oryx gets a touch, crosses it a little too far. Pumpkin Lad gets the shot, and that is another goal. 3 goals in the first minute. Where was this in the last round, huh? All right. Unfortunately gets a touch that centers it. and both defensive players kind of just jumping for the ball. Not really. Oh, hi, Oryx. Little bit of a jump scare right there. Pumpkin Lad on the kickoff. All right, a demo on the kickoff. Gonna give New Haven a little bit of offensive pressure here, but CC Mur stops the air dribble attempt from Oryx and is going to maintain their offensive pressure. All right, ball is up, and that is away again. CC Mur is on a tear with a hat trick within the first minute and 10 seconds of this second game. Only player to have scored for the Wittenberg side so far. Winsy on the kickoff. Here we go. All right. Good touch there. Ball bouncing around on the New Haven half. Up for it, but Winsy is there to put it away. Wittenberg's offense is phenomenal right now. But a demo from New Haven is going to put the ball on their half. With Winsy up for the touch off the backboard. And Oryx there to take a shot off the off the post, but Pumpkin is there for the follow-up to put it in the net. Yeah, a touch. Pulse puts it off the crossbar, and Pumpkin is there to put it away. All right, quite a few goals in the early seconds of this game. Moving in, we have Pumpkin Lad on the kickoff, and Oryx clears it off the backboard, but CC Mur is there to keep it away from the double touch region. CC Mur with a great save. CC Mur is going off in this second game. Bringing the ball up, looking like they're going for an air dribble, but Winsy is there to intercept it. Puts the ball up into the corner. New Haven still on the offensive side. Ball coming up. Winsy putting a touch into the middle. Pumpkin Lad there to steal the goal. Another great passing play there. Alright, puts the ball into that corner. Winsy bounces it off, and Pumpkin is there to put it away. Alright. We have Oryx on the kickoff. Followed up by Pumpkin Lad. There's no defenders back. Pumpkin Lad gets a touch into the middle, and the defenders rotate back. This time, New Haven not having any defenders. Oh, and a demo on Pumpkin Lad. This is going to be a goal. A great opportunity taken advantage of by Wittenberg, noticing that all three of New Haven's players moved to offense on that scoring attempt, and there was no one back. And with that demo on Pumpkin Lad, there was no one there to stop the goal. An unfortunate kickoff, it looked like, from Winsy, possibly an intentional fake though. Winsy taking the ball off the ceiling, off the wall, going for the long air dribble, gets the revenge demo. Pumpkin Lad trying to stay with the ball, and succeeding for the most part. A little bit of a slower play here as the ball kind of hovers, getting stuck between our players. Alright, with a good clear, but Pumpkin Lad there to stop the ball on the defensive half. Alright, our players rotating around. Oryx taking the ball up with Ore. Up and around over the goal. And Winsy gets a nice touch. CC Mur gets the save, though. Alright, another great touch from CC Mur off the crossbar. Rolls underneath and into it. Alright. Yeah, just a great touch off the crossbar and manages to go in. The score is 3-5 in our game 2 here in favor of Wittenberg. Alright, Pumpkin Lad on the kickoff. Ooh, and a demo early. Ooh, early demo, and they're there to hold on to it. And Pumpkin Lad puts it away. I thought with that demo they didn't have it. But with a nice bump on Ion, Pumpkin Lad's able to put it away. And CC Mur gets the touch, but Pumpkin Lad absolutely the one who scored that goal. Alright, Winsy on kickoff. Coming up. Again, not sure if it's an intentional fake or if it was just a bad kickoff touch. But the ball is sitting on New Haven's half with only Winsy back. A demo from Oryx, though. Here comes the passing play. Up touch. A beautiful goal. You see Pumpkin Lad popping off a little bit there on the webcam. A beautiful passing goal. A dribble into a flick up to the high ball. And Pumpkin puts it down. We are now 5-5 with a minute and a half left to go on our second game today. All right. CC Murr up for the air. Pulse. Oryx takes a touch. Oh, unfortunate landing for Oryx and Pumpkin Lad. Pumpkin Lad keeps the ball away from the net, and Oryx gets a nice clear here. Pumpkin Lad taking the dribble into Wittenberg's half. All right. Pumpkin Lad rotating back, waiting for the ball to come to him. And it does get cleared back onto New Haven's half by RA. Oryx taking a touch, Pumpkin Lad taking a touch. But Ion there to keep the ball on New Haven's half with the defensive players rotating back. A good bump onto CC Mar. And New Haven is having offensive pressure placed a little bit more on them. Both teams wanting to score a goal and keep this from going into overtime, keep themselves fresh from before the next few rounds. It's going to be a long game. Oh, a shot, and Ion scores. We got 23 seconds, and the score is 6-5. A goal from New Haven puts us in overtime territory, but Wittenberg just needs to play a good defense, and they'll have a great shot at taking the second game. All right, on the kickoff, Oryx gets a good touch, and RA kind of passing the ball backfield. Pumpkin Lad kind of out of position, pretty far upfield on that, but, and a demo is not what we're looking for New Haven. 7 seconds left to go. New Haven really needing to take the goal here, but it's stopped before they can get to it. Oryx touches it, but Wittenberg is going to take game 2. We are going to be jumping into game 3. We have got a match going here today, everybody. Yeah, in this round 2, Wittenberg absolutely applied way more offensive pressure and definitely played their offenses a lot more in a passing play style that we didn't see as much of in round 1. Seems like they are finally starting to get warm. And we will see you in just a moment with game 3. All right, hopping into game 3. We have Oryx on the kickoff here. All right, 2, 1, here we go. Winsy jump back for boost. A kickoff that goes straight to Winsy. Winsy up and following it. And, puts it around RA, but not able to put it on net. Keeping the ball in the offensive half. Oryx up for it. CC Murr, it looks like. No, not CC Murr. Ion up for it, but neither person gets a touch on the ball. Oryx up again. Gets a touch, but RA is there to stop. Pumpkin Lad keeps the ball on Wittenberg's half. Gets a strange soft touch off the bottom of his car there. Looking to keep control of the ball rather than take the shot. A good clear from Wittenberg. Isn't on net, though. All right, Oryx up for the ball. Gets a touch. Pumpkin Lad clears, but New Haven member is demoed in the process. Oh, a nice touch off the ceiling there. Puts it towards Wittenberg's goal, but not quite where we need it to be. And Ion is there to put the ball away. First goal a minute in. Ion gets the touch right here. And Pumpkin Lad not quite able to get behind it to stop the goal. We got Winsy on the kickoff. Looks like a demo onto CC Murr is going to put New Haven in a good offensive spot. But Ion's going to get a touch on the ball and take it back to New Haven's side. All right, and a phenomenal fake from Ion, but Pumpkin Lad there to stop it. Oryx gets a touch, putting the ball up, but Array is there back for it and gets it past Pumpkin Lad as well. Oh, and another shot on goal. CC Mur, how do you keep doing it? Please, teach me how to play this game. I am in, like, Platinum. No, but a great aerial goal from CC Mur is going to put us at 2-0 in this third game. All right, Pumpkin Lad gets a nice 50, followed up by Winsy. Another demo. New Haven leaning more into this demo style that they play today instead of their passing play style that they're known for. Oh my gosh! Speaking of passing plays, passed up to Ion. Ion puts it away. RA up to Ion and into the net. All right, moving in, we got Oryx leading the charge with the kickoff here. A good touch puts the ball up in the air, and Winsy up for the touch on it as well, putting it onto Wittenberg's half. Pumpkin Lad keeps the ball. All right. Ooh, cycled down for that jump, but doesn't quite make the touch she needs. The New Haven squad playing really heavily on their defense right now, which historically is not their strongest attribute. They are best when they can get the ball moving. But right now, they really are being pressured into playing this defense. All right, Pumpkin Lad gets a touch, puts it into the corner. But again, Wittenberg is there to stop it. Pumpkin Lad gets an aerial touch off at Oryx, taking the ball. But again, Wittenberg there to stop it. And with New Haven's squad so far forward, it's looking like another offensive play from Wittenberg. But Oryx there to take the ball up in the air. Ion there to stop it. Pumpkin Lad following through, gets the touch, bounces off the ground, but it is stopped by Wittenberg. RA touches the ball. Oryx gets a nice clear, following it up into the ceiling, bounces it off of CC Mur, and back towards neutral territory. All right. Pumpkin Lad going for the 50 there, and Oryx up for the ball, gets a nice touch on it. Pumpkin following up, and Ion clears it back to New Haven's half, where CC Mur is there ready to try and make another shot, I think. Pulls the ball up off the backboard, and manages to get it across. Oh, that is towards the net. That is a goal. Once again, Ion takes another shot and another goal. Yep, up off this wall, gets a nice touch on the defense there, and manages to turn it into a shot on net that goes right in and puts us at 4-0. Wittenberg's offense is being overwhelming this game. All right, New Haven looping around, but Oryx out of boost, looking for a corner boost there, gets to it. Pumpkin Lad gets a touch, but Wittenberg's defense is there. Ion up with it, up off the backboard, not on net. Winsy gets a touch. Pumpkin Lad gets another touch, but it's not in the goal. CC Mur up for it, and Winsy gets the stop. Oryx taking a great touch. Ion there to block, though. All right, Pumpkin Lad following through, putting the ball across the net for his teammates, but no one there to follow. All right, Winsy taking a touch, but losing the 50, and putting the ball back on New Haven's half. All right, Pumpkin Lad hoping to clear here, and manages to do it. But CC Mur gets another great touch on the 50, and puts the ball back in New Haven, back on Wittenberg's court, putting New Haven again on the defensive. Pumpkin Lad gets a touch, but not really to anybody. Winsy up and around. Pumpkin putting it back towards the center, hopefully for someone to put it away, and Pumpkin Lad finally gets it away. And almost looking like an own goal here. Yeah, Pumpkin Lad gets the last touch, but it's ultimately RA who puts it away in the net. All right, moving on. Pumpkin Lad on the kickoff here. Gets a good kickoff that's followed by Winsy. Winsy looking to grab the boost from Wittenberg's side, but not really able to get to it. 10 seconds left. I don't think New Haven has a dream of taking this game 3. All right, RA gets a touch. And CC Murr gets a touch, but it's on Wittenberg's half with 0 seconds remaining. Can they put it away? Just for posterity's sake, no, they cannot. All right, that is going to put our score at 2-1 for Wittenberg. New Haven has a steep hill to climb, but I mean, if any team can do it, it is certainly New Haven, leaning into their passing style. All right, and we are going to be hopping into Game 4 briefly. Just as a reminder, we are currently at a score of 2-1 with Wittenberg leading. Going to a best of 7. First team to score 4 games is going to be our winner for the day. All right, and Oryx on the kickoff. A great kickoff. Pumpkin Lad taking the ball. And Winsy there for a shot off the backboard. Is he putting it away? No, CC Murr is there to stop it. Oryx up. Winsy around to take that mid boost. New Haven all looping back to try and defend. A good touch off the backboard, but is stopped. Wittenberg with these offensive plays, not allowing the ball to stay off of New Haven's half. Ion very nearly there for a shot on goal, but stopped by the New Haven squad. Oh my gosh, that bump was brutal. He was just kind of sitting there waiting for the ball, but he's bumped away. Oryx stops the ball. Pumpkin Lad up, but not really getting a touch there. Winsy follows the ball in, but is stopped by Ion. And the ball stays up in the air for the New Haven squad to deflect. All right, shot on goal, stopped by Winsy. And Pumpkin Lad there to put the ball out, but Ion again there to stop and keep it in. We got RA up and a Winsy touch there, putting the ball in neutral territory, but Ion up again, managing to get up for the touch twice to keep New Haven on the defensive. Wittenberg's defense crossing back and forth, making sure that there's never an opportunity for the ball to get past them. Oh, and so many attempts on goal there by New Haven, but just no one able to put it away. In a 3v1 there for a few seconds from New Haven, waiting for the ball and taking the pass up, taking the shot, and Ion looks like they were out of boost and unable to get to it. New Haven takes the first goal of Game 4 at 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Yeah, that last shot looking like Ion was out of boost and not able to get to the ball. All right, moving into the next kickoff, we have Oryx. Oryx and Ion on the kickoff. All right. New Haven still playing defensively, but a good touch from Oryx. Putting the ball on Wittenberg's half, but Ion there to keep it offensive and keeping it pushing towards New Haven. CC Murr with a great touch up on the sidewall. All right. Winsy gets a touch. RA gets a touch. And Oryx following the ball up. Trying to keep it out, but CC Murr with these 50s. I don't know what it is that this guy is taking, but he is winning these 50s left and right. Again. Ball up. RA puts it away. Score is 1-1 with 2.5 minutes to go. Yeah, a great pass and dunk from RA and CC Murr. All right, Pumpkin Lad. Oh, and an early demo on RA. Gonna give New Haven a little bit of offensive time, and Winsy manages to put it away. That demo, as paired with an unfortunate crossing of paths from CC Murr and Ion, meant that there wasn't anyone back to play defense. All right, Winsy with the kickoff. All right, Ion putting the ball. Oryx there to touch it. And another demo. These demos coming at a great time for New Haven, but not that great of a time. No one is back for New Haven to stop this attack. CC Murr touches the ball down. Ion takes it and just manages to get it in. Winsy not able to get to it before the ball is in the net. And Oryx on the kickoff with Ion. A good follow-up from New Haven, going to put the ball on Wittenberg's half. But Wittenberg with ball control. CC Murr up and takes a good aerial shot. Oryx diving in without anyone behind him to stop if he misses. But they do manage to get out of it alive with some good back and forth clearing. Looking like we're playing volleyball here every once in a while with the amount of back and forth and back and forth. All right, but we got Pumpkin Lad touching the ball up and trying to go up for a bump on Ion, but doesn't manage to make it. Winsy touches the ball in, but it is stopped and kept away from the goal line. Unfortunate demos. New Haven down as a one-player team there for a second, but that does give both Oryx and Winsy the opportunity to get back for free. No boost or driving required. All right, ball is up and on the center line, and Oryx puts it down. All right, we got a great touch, a pass up by Pumpkin Lad off the wall. Ari gets the touch, and Oryx puts it away. All right, Winsy taking Pumpkin Lad actually taking the kickoff, with Oryx following the ball, and gets a good touch, putting it into that corner area. Pumpkin Lad takes a shot and puts another one away. 4-2, giving New Haven a much-needed buffer in this fourth game. All right, Oryx and Ion taking this kickoff, and Pumpkin Lad following, gets the demo, but the ball unfortunately is on New Haven's half, so there's no real follow-up on that demo. A great touch from Winsy, and Oryx there to stop. All right, Winsy and New Haven still playing on the defensive. Winsy gets a good clear, Pumpkin Lad up for it, doesn't get the touch, and the ball unfortunately misses him by just a hair, it looks like. Winsy looping around, getting a touch, putting it towards the center line, but RA able to keep it away from Pumpkin Lad, who was fiending for that cross. Pumpkin Lad instead rotating back to defense and taking the ball up the wall himself. 10 seconds left to go in game 4. All right. 3 seconds, and Pumpkin Lad keeps it off the net. And I think they're going to try and kill the ball here. And try and let it fall. Yep, Winsy touches it down to the ground, and New Haven is going to take game 4, putting us at 2-2. New Haven kind of feeling themselves and back into their sway, the way that they're playing in this game 4. And we will be moving into game 5 momentarily. All right, moving into our game 5. Score is currently all tied up. And Winsy taking the kickoff, matched with Ion. CC Murr, immediate shot. First goal, first 5 seconds of the game. Ion gets a touch off that side wall. CC Murr up for it, and puts it in. A beautiful corner shot. All right. Kickoff coming through. Follow-up from Pumpkin Lad, but cleared away. No one's back. No one's back for it. And that's 2 goals in the first 12 seconds of Game 5. Too many players committed to the offensive line for New Haven, and no one was back to be able to stop that shot. All right, Pumpkin Lad here is taking this first kickoff here. Up onto Wittenberg's half. Gets a good touch onto the center. Winzy's there to follow it, but so is Ion. All right. Pumpkin Lad looking like he was going to try and gene forward a little bit, but manages to stay back for that clear, and it results in a very close shot for Wittenberg, but managed to keep it out of the net. Winzy back for the ball. Ion taking a touch. All right, taking a touch, but cleared out of there by Winzy. Up, coming off the ceiling here. Ion there to follow, but off the crossbar. All right, some real scrapping here on New Haven's half as they're fighting tooth and nail for this shot on goal from Wittenberg and fighting with everything they have to keep it out of the net from New Haven. All right. Pumpkin Lad tries to get the 50, but CC Murr gets past him. CC Murr, I think, has potentially the best 50 rate I've ever seen, and Ion takes another one right down into the net, taking our score to 3-0 with 3.5 to go. All right, Oryx taking the kickoff against RA. Gets a good touch. Pumpkin Lad up for it. And Ion taking the ball back onto New Haven's half. Ion, the unsung hero of Wittenberg right now, always there to follow up, no matter what is going on. Seems like you cannot get rid of him. He's there to follow up even when Pumpkin Lad's just trying to clear the ball, taking a shot at the net there. And again, Ion there to follow up. I don't know how he manages to go so fast, but it does result in RA taking the ball up high and down into the net. With a beautiful air dribble flip reset into the shot. 4-0 is a steep hill for New Haven to climb. All right. Ion winning the 50 on the kickoff. Pumpkin Lad taking the ball upfield. New Haven starting to rotate forward. Oryx tries to get it on center line for Winzy, but doesn't manage to get to it. And RA is there to clear it out. Winzy trying to get a touch off that corner, but doesn't actually hit it. Oryx, ball kind of flipping around in the midsection. Pumpkin Lad there to put the ball on the offensive half, but Wittenberg is there to keep the ball away from the goal. Oryx off the backboard. Ion off the backboard. All three of New Haven's players off the backboard. A demo from RA and a demo from Ion means Pumpkin Lad is by himself for a moment. And Ion is there to clear the ball out of the corner for Wittenberg. Pumpkin Lad looping around, going for boost, but that means that he's not back to stop the goal. 5-0 with 2 minutes remaining in Game 5. A dominant showing from Wittenberg this game. All right. Pumpkin Lad taking the kickoff. Puts the ball in neutral territory, rotating back for that boost. Gets the touch to keep it out and clear of the net. And Oryx, looks like Oryx was trying to get it clear there, but didn't get the touch he wanted. Pumpkin Lad up and off the backboard, the crossbar there, and finally manages to clear it away from New Haven's half. Oryx following the ball, putting it in the corner. Pumpkin Lad not close enough to follow up, especially with Wittenberg's team so there and ready to defend. Wittenberg's defense has felt unbeatable this game. Oryx up, touches the ball. Winsy takes the pass. Pumpkin Lad, a beautiful three-player passing goal to put it away and take a goal in this game. A beautiful pass. Oryx, Winsy, Pumpkin Lad there to put it away. RA does get a touch on it. Gets the nose of his car just around to hit it, but not enough to stop it. Winsy on the kickoff. A good 50 followed up by Pumpkin Lad, who takes that mid boost. And Winsy taking the other mid boost. Needing to rotate back here now. Oh, an unfortunate team bump from Winsy and Oryx there, but demos and revenge demos galore. Winsy gets a touch on it, Oryx gets a touch, and Ion there to follow up. If we can get a counter going for how many times I've said Ion there to follow up this game, I'm sure it'll be very high. Wittenberg playing very consistent defense. But New Haven, not to be outdone, does follow the ball up. And unfortunately, Pumpkin Lad not quite on the angle they need to put that ball away. And now no one on defense. Oh, and Oryx gets to it. All right, Winsy following up, going for a bump, but not really getting where he needs to be. Looping back to play defense alongside Oryx. Oryx taking it up the ceiling. RA winning the aerial 50. 8 seconds to go with 4 goals to make up for New Haven. I get a feeling this game is going to Wittenberg. And Wittenberg there to kill the ball. And we are going into our game 6 with Wittenberg up 3-2. One more game for Wittenberg, and Wittenberg will take the whole thing and be your NACE champions. All right, and we are back hopping into game number 6 of a potential 7 here. New Haven in a tough spot, needing to win the next 2 games straight and not let Wittenberg get a single thing by him. Oh, Pumpkin Lad taking the touch, but stopped by RA. All right, Winsy up for it. Ion there once again to follow up. Oryx takes the ball up, off, and Ion gets the touch off the back wall. Putting the ball in an unfortunate and uncomfortable spot for New Haven. But a demo on the offensive half would put New Haven in a great offensive position. Oryx off the ceiling, but RA there to catch. Winsy missing the touch that he wanted, with CC Murr coming up off the ceiling, and Oryx there to stop. All right, getting a demo on RA as well, hoping to slow down Wittenberg's offensive pressure. Off that back wall, but no one there to follow up. Pumpkin Lad, as he loops around, gets demoed. But no dice for Wittenberg as well. Winsy half flipping to get backfield to get that full boost. And loop back around. Ion looking for a demo, it looks like. RA taking a shot. And CC Murr going for looking like a bump. But Winsy reading it properly. And not letting that get by. Pumpkin Lad there to follow up, puts the ball with, again, I suppose, the ruler of 50-50s, CC Murr, who I don't think I've seen lose a 50 all game. Ion there to touch, and RA there to stop. Both CC Murr and Oryx in some uncomfortable touches there. Winsy following the ball up and air dribbling it down. up off the corner. And Oryx there, hoping that this ball stays on the offensive half, and it looks like it does. Pumpkin Lad puts it away for the first goal, 2 minutes in. A great rotational blunder from Wittenberg leaves Pumpkin Lad with an open net and a slow-moving ball right in front of him. All right, Oryx on the kickoff. All right, Ion off the ceiling. Pumpkin Lad there to stop and pass over to his friend Winsy. But Winsy getting passed up by CC Murr once again with the 50s. Ion there to follow up. All right, Pumpkin Lad clearing off the back wall. Winsy up to take the touch. And Oryx not really able to make anything of it. Oryx looping around. Oh, an unfortunate and uncommon miss. But it is followed up by Winsy. And Winsy takes the goal for 2-0. Yeah, a strange and uncommon miss from Oryx there off the wall. But it ended up working out. By that means that it had to have been intentional. There's no other possible solution. Pumpkin Lad on the kickoff. All right. New Haven on the offensive. Oryx gets a touch, but RA is there to stop. And Winsy gets a touch. And Ion. New Haven, Pumpkin Lad. All right. Ball flying so fast I can't even tell you what they're doing. Just say what their names are. All right. Winsy off the back wall. And, oh my gosh, Ion there to follow it and puts it away. I don't know. I don't think he was intending for that to be a shot on goal, but he had a great touch there off the 50 and puts it up and into the net with a beautiful angle, putting the score at 2-1 with 2 minutes to go. All right, Oryx taking it with Pumpkin Lad following. All right, ball is on Wittenberg's half. Winsy gets a touch, but not the touch he needs. Pushing New Haven back to defensive. RA gets a touch and shot, but Winsy is there to stop. All right, Pumpkin Lad up in the air. A demo for the New Haven half. Winsy taking the ball into the corner. Gets a bump on CC Murr, but CC Murr gets by him. All right, Winsy taking that ball and pinching it away, hoping to put it back in towards more neutral territory. RA gets it over Pumpkin Lad. And some scrapping in the corner here with all three of New Haven's players involved. CC Murr off the back wall, Oryx up for it, but there's no need. There's no one to follow up. Pumpkin Lad gets it by two of them, but CC Murr with a straight shot from downtown. Looked almost like a free kick. Just ball sets up for him, and he takes a beautiful shot. And Oryx jumping for it, but not quite able to get his nose on it. Brings our score to 2-2 with 1:10 to go. All right, a demo puts New Haven on the offensive, and Oryx puts it away, bringing our score 3-2. Or New Haven saying, hey, you're not taking our lead from us that easily. A great demo from the New Haven squad. Gives them that offensive opportunity. All right, Winsy losing the kickoff there, but Pumpkin Lad able to follow it around. New Haven looping back, looking for boost, but not following it up. Winsy up for the ball, puts it on the center line. Oryx is there and puts it away. 4-2 with 1 minute to go. A beautiful pass up to the center line, and Oryx with a beautiful slam dunk to put it away. All right, Oryx taking the lead on this kickoff. And some scrapping around in the center as well. Pumpkin Lad following the ball up, but stopped. Oh, but not stopped enough. Oryx puts it down. 5-2. New Haven is getting their swing on, putting it up, and Oryx there to put it down. All right, Pumpkin Lad once again on the kickoff. Followed up by Oryx. But Wittenberg does manage to keep the offensive pressure going. CC Murr up off the back wall. A great touch by Pumpkin Lad. And a pass into Oryx off that corner. Pumpkin Lad keeps the ball centered. And Winsy is not quite there for it. Winsy instead choosing to loop back and wait for the defensive play. Oryx up for it. Winsy out of boost, trying to get a touch on this ball, looking for boost wherever he can find it. There it is, taking that corner boost. Pumpkin Lad finally taking the dribble, flicks it up over 2 of the 3 defenders. Winsy up off the wall, and that is game number 6. Going to New Haven, we are headed into our final match of the night. Going into game 7, score is 3-3. New Haven and Wittenberg fighting for their win in the NACE finals. All right, and here we go into our game number 7. We have Oryx taking the kickoff, followed up by Pumpkin Lad, and Winsy going for the corner boost. Takes the receive off of that kickoff, following the ball up, looking for a shot, tries to get it past the defenders, but RA is there to stop. Ion up in the air. RA there to take the shot as well. Ion tries to follow up, but stopped by Winsy. Pumpkin Lad up off the wall with CC Murr there to follow up. Winsy taking the clear back onto Wittenberg's half. Winsy clearing the ball towards the center, but stopped by CC Murr. Ion again trying to follow up, but stopped by Pumpkin Lad this time. A strange interaction there with a demo occurring on the New Haven side, but they managed to keep the offense going and not let Wittenberg take advantage of that demo. All right. Looping around RA, keeping the ball in neutral territory, but Oryx pushing it more towards Wittenberg's side, and Pumpkin Lad not letting them clear it away back to New Haven. All right, a good touch. Oh, Winsy tries to take the shot, but isn't quite there in time. Looks like he was just too out of boost to take that shot the way he was intending to. All right, Pumpkin Lad up. A touch, and a touch will stop it as well. All right, Oryx off the ceiling, but Ion is there. And Ion to clear, but, oh, Pumpkin doesn't quite get the touch he's looking for. CC Murr up for it. Oryx taking the ball up and away. Ion there to stop. Pumpkin Lad putting the ball up in the corner as Oryx loops back for defense. Winsy up, RA gets the touch off the back wall. Oryx tries to get to it, but CC Murr gets by him before he can get there. And Ion tries to take an air shot, but it is stopped by Winsy. A demo onto RA puts Pumpkin Lad in a great air dribble, but CC Murr there to stop. Oryx following the ball, but Ion touches it and gets it over him. Winsy clearing it back to Wittenberg's half. Winsy putting the ball up in the corner. Pumpkin Lad hoping to get to it. Not quite. CC Murr getting around New Haven's players pretty well. Oryx following it in, but looping back for that corner boost. Now Oryx following the ball up. Can he get to it? No, CC Murr's there, but gets demoed before he can do anything with it. All right, Pumpkin Lad with a good touch, putting the ball towards the center, but CC Murr is there to follow it up and keep it away from that center goal line where they want it. Pumpkin Lad there in the air for it. All right, there to stop. All right. New Haven playing a very aggressive game this game. Both teams fighting to keep this ball out of the net. With 2 minutes left to go, not a single point has been scored in our Game 7. Winsey up for the ball, keeps it on Wittenberg's half, but no one from New Haven's squad is there to follow up. Ball is up. Oryx gets a kill onto demo onto Ion, but RA and CC Mer are there. Oh, not there enough. Putting it into the corner, but CC Mer clears it out. All right. New Haven looping around, trying to refill their boost. Oryx out of boost almost entirely here, but Winsey not out of boost there. But Ion does manage to keep the ball out and gets a demo on Pumpkin Lad. A dangerous demo there, but New Haven manages to recover. Pumpkin Lad puts the ball up in the center, but CC Mer is there to stop. Winsey gets a touch on it. Oryx following the ball, taking it up in the air, but RA is there to stop. All right, a demo onto Pumpkin Lad. New Haven's got to play defense here. Winsey, Oryx, and keeps the ball defending. Ion there to touch, but not there to keep the ball where they want it. We got Pumpkin Lad following up into the center with Oryx over on the half. All right, the New Haven squad pretty out of boost here, but managing to keep it alive. Winsey with 20 boost and a dream here, and RA puts it down with 25 seconds to go. CC Mer takes it up off the ceiling, touches it down, and RA gets the touch that they need to score the first goal of Game 7. New Haven in a disadvantageous spot. Oryx on the kickoff. Gets a touch. That has got to feel bad for New Haven. All right. CC Mer loses the first 50-50 of the game, I think. Pumpkin Lad up in the air. Oh, Oryx gets a touch. Pumpkin Lad trying to keep the ball alive. Pumpkin Lad puts it in. Is it going in? It is! And that is going to take us to overtime. 1-1 with 0 seconds on the clock. I think we're going to overtime here, folks. All right, here we go into overtime. The next goal will take today's game. All right, with an early demo, Oryx up for the ball. Gets the touch off the ceiling. RA and CC Mer there to defend. Winsey keeping the ball offensive. All right, Pumpkin Lad pushing the ball further onto Wittenberg's half. A good stop by RA and a demo from Wittenberg is going to put New Haven back on the defensive. But Pumpkin Lad, phenomenal defending, keeping the ball in aggressive spots so that Wittenberg cannot take the shots that they're hoping for. Another demo, both teams playing out of their mind. Winsey's going to take the touch here. CC Mer is going to stop it. And Oryx to follow up, but Ion is there first. With a matched demo from both sides, moving into a 2v2 game here. All right, Pumpkin Lad takes the touch. Winsey off the wall. All right, Oryx waiting, seeing where he can go. Is it going? No, but CC Mer is there to stop. All right, CC Mer gets it past Oryx, and Winsey is there. RA gets a touch. Pumpkin Lad gets another to save. Pumpkin Lad up off the wall with 20 boost and a dream. Oh, not quite on target. And a demo pulse. Oryx scores! Oh my gosh, I didn't even see what happened there. A pass across, goes to Oryx, and Oryx just gets the touch. And that is going to do it. The University of New Haven, with a score of 2-1 and a final score of 4-3, are going to be your NACE champions. Thank you all for watching tonight. I hope you all had an amazing night enjoying and watching this phenomenal game. It was a fight in the middle for New Haven, but this final game was fantastic, and New Haven manages to pull it out with Oryx certainly as our MVP. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic night.